gotta go in 2 minutes. I had 5. No, your clock.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You like that early anyways.
Good morning, everybody. What's going on? I guess I gotta turn some lights on, don't I? How is everybody doing? How is everybody feeling? I'm happy to be here for another day of wins, going for 11 straight wins live on stream. Now, when I started this stream, I didn't think I would be that good, but we've been hot. We made some good decisions on stream. Obviously, a ton of good decisions to have a win rate over 84%, inching to 85% now. Absolutely incredible. Obviously, as I do at the beginning of streams, I tell you this is not financial advice. I'm simply trading. I'm not guaranteeing or promising anything for you. You're just simply watching me trade. And you shouldn't copy my trade. Don't copy me, okay? I'm just doing what I'm doing here. How does everybody feel? Love to see everybody in the chat. Let me get this started here. Let me just see how many people we've got in here. I've got to get my chat all set up. 550 people in here already. That's wonderful to see. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And the loveliest chat in the world. Absolutely. So my video's coming out soon. My next video that's going to cover this strategy completely. That's coming out soon. The kind of war issues in Iran has been causing some problems. You know, I guess some of my editors must be in that region or something like that. So that's causing some problems, delaying the next video. What's good, King's Bait? What's going on, everybody? So let's just start with yesterday's trade. I don't have any trades open right now. I did not have any warm-up trades. My free trade, I'm not in it. It didn't trigger. It was about 3 pips from triggering. And it's a good thing it didn't trigger because it would be in drawdown right now. So let's just take a look at yesterday's trade here. Let's go ahead. We had the... Let's take a look right here. So you can see what happened on this trade. This was a bit of a risky one here. You could see we had a good level of support. See a little liquidity under there, right? Okay, so what happened was we had our range right here. Okay, that was our range. We had the price break and close above the range. I waited for a pullback to the bottom of the range. That's where I entered the trade. Price shot up to the top of the range and I won the trade, right? And I got out at TP1. Then I set my stops to break even. And then TP2 got broke even. You could see liquidity got taken from the markets down at this level right here. And then price started to push up with my direction and then pull back again quite heavily, actually. So that's what happened. That was the only trade of yesterday, and it was a winner. So we have stayed on task. Hold on, don't move that. And we, yeah, we're at 10 in a row, going for 11 in a row. Absolutely insane. Stephen Webb's in the office today. Shout out to Stephen Webb. Shout out to JPB, John Parker Benefield, Jay Angel, Adriana, Stefano Cirelli. Shout out to all of the Patties. This is the best trading community in the world, and that's not just because I'm part of it. Shout out to Victoria, Arctic Dan, Drew. Love to see all of these same names in here. Jiva, Tuster, No Problemo, Chris Livesy, lots of shout outs. Pascal Tassel, Nuno. Love to see so many people in the chats. So happy to be with you all. Whoo, baby. Lovely, lovely folks in the chat. Love you all. Got about 700 people in here. Let's get this up to 1,000 people. Everyone knows I start trading in about 10, 12 minutes from now. So let's quickly go through the trading strategy that we'll be using. This, you know, there's a lot of concepts that I use, but this is the main strategy that I use in this session here. Okay, so you can see we have this candle right now. It's actually going on right now. This is the 9:30 New York Stock Exchange open candle. It's going up, it's going down, blah blah blah, right? Hits the candle high, hits the candle low, right? And then it finishes there. That gives us that candle high, that candle low on those wicks. That acts as our range top and our range bottom. That creates our opening range for the day. Then we're going to want to monitor that opening range on the 5-minute time frame. All right, that's what we're doing right here. Waiting for a candle break and close. We got a candle break and close right there. And so here we go. Now we're looking for an entry, right? We had that candle break and close. We're looking to buy. So if that happens, we're looking for an entry. You can enter right on the closed candle. You could enter on the retest, an FVG, a midline, the range bottom line, maybe a demand zone. There's a lot of options, but we're generally waiting for that pullback. So in this case, you can see I waited for that pullback, entered the trade at a fair value gap. I put my stop loss below the range. I set my take profit 1 right there for a quick exit. Then I set my stops to break even. And then we go for take profit 2. We let that thing ride. That's what I'm going to be doing today as I go for 11 straight wins, man. Nobody's doing it like us on stream. Nobody's doing it like us on stream. All right, what else do I have to talk about today? I have to talk about this, the free trade copier. So this is something that's in the VIP and the free room. I'm making some updates to this, okay? This is available VIP and free. I will be providing a video on this, a full video on this, and I'll also be providing the download link probably in tomorrow's stream. Maybe I'll add it into the free trading room as well. So first things first, I found a bug in the MT5 version, and I fixed that bug, so that should resolve any strange behavior we had in MetaTrader 5, okay? Absolutely, Bobby. I'll be looking at gold today. The copier is for MetaTrader only. And then the update I was making to the copier as like an addition was partials. So what we can do now is we can, I provide 2 take profit levels. We can exit, we could have 1 trade, right? Just 1 trade, right? And then we can exit that trade, let's say 50%. I can't write with this thing. 50%. And then we could automatically set break even once we hit take profit 1, and then we could close out the rest of the position at TP2. So that's something we're adding. That will be in VIP and free, so you don't have multiple trades open at the same time. Yes, the MT5 version sometimes wouldn't take trades. That, I believe, will be fixed. I believe I provided a fix for that. And now I also have the TWP robot, which I'll be talking about. This is something I'm developing right now. So, yeah, the copier is something that can be put in MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5. So this is the TWP robot using the strategy we teach in stream. So these are the different settings that I'm going to have in it: max orders, trades per day, martingale, lot size, risk. Obviously this martingale isn't required, it can be added. So this is going to be a robot that does what I do in stream, but it's going to be in robot form. I'll be working on this for the next couple of months. These are some settings you could see. Things that I want to avoid, like falling knife candles. We do have some news this morning. Powell's speech in about 23 minutes. So that may interfere with our trades, really interfere with our trades this morning, but that's what we're looking about. Martingale is basically like if you lose a trade, it's going to double the lot size after that loss to kind of make up for it. So it's a double or nothing, double or nothing, double or nothing. If you lose too many trades in a row, you blow your account. So this is just something for experts here. This will be probably a few months. I'm going to want to get this thing developed, coded completely. Then I'm going to want to test it on live trading conditions, and then I'll bring it out. Let's get back to our charts. See what we're doing this morning. We've got some time here until we get a close. What we're looking at this morning is our candle close, right? So where are we? Let's reset the chart view. We've been selling off on gold a fair bit, which I don't like. I like to have a nice gold, but we are at a level of support now on gold, aren't we? See right here, a little bit of a level of support. So maybe we get a reaction to this morning. Alrighty. Zoom in and take a look, and you can see right now we are working on our candles, right? Candle high, the range high and the range low is being created right now on gold. Be looking for a breakout of the top, maybe a pullback, and then shoot up, maybe for a quick scalp. But let's see, you know, we are trading against the trend if we're buying here, so you got to be careful. That's why we've got that EMA. All right. What else am I looking at this morning? I've got Nasdaq. You can see my Nasdaq setup right here. There's a level of resistance probably further up here. Okay. So we would look to buy probably. We'd be looking for a pullback and a buy, right? We have top of the range, bottom of the range. Maybe we get a close out the top and a pullback, and then we shoot up. We've got opportunities today. Lots of opportunities. Yesterday's trade, absolutely. Let me go ahead and yesterday's trade for you. This was yesterday's trade right here, okay? Pretty simple process on this one. You can see here I had a level of resistance. It's a pretty clear resistance at the top here. You can see price pulled back pretty significantly right here. I decided I would get into a buy at support. Now, let me pull up the Lux Algo for you and show you exactly what I did. My historical data. Pull that up. Come on, there it is. So you can see here I had range high, range low. I gotta clean some of this stuff up here. Yeah. Clean you up. All right, so I had that range high, had the range low. We closed above, right? Candle break and close. Then I waited for a pullback. Entered at the bottom here. Price pushed up. Took my TP1 right here, right? The assumption was price was going to trade within the range for a little bit. Then I set my break even. Bingo. Price came down, hit the break even, but I was able to get out, I think, with about 500-600 in profit right there. So that was very nice. using the EMA mostly for confirmation. I'm on a really good streak, so I'm happy with that. If the streak ever goes cold, maybe I'll switch and add a different indicator like a VWAP. It's just something that I do. Let's take a look at US CAD this morning for a potential setup. How are we looking at US CAD? Hey, US CAD has been in a downtrend, but we do have a level of support that we are reacting to. Okay, you can see reacting to this support level. Very clean support level here. This was June 20th the last time it was tested. Now it's being tested on June 24th. So we've had a really significant pullback here. I do believe in US dollar strength over the Canadian dollar. As a Canadian, I just believe in their economy more, sadly. Maybe that'll change with the new prime minister that we have, but he is a central banker, and you can't really trust a central banker because they've destroyed every damn currency on earth. So let's take a look at our range here right now. Range high, range low. Look at, you see it's adjusting, it's adjusting. And so right now that's about a 12 pip range. We could enter, you know, there's a little bit of a support level right here already. So maybe we get a break out of the top right here and we pull back to a level like that for a trade on US CAD this morning. Let's get 1,000 viewers in here. You know I love 1,000 viewers in here. We've got to win some trades. We got to go for 11 straight. The streak is 10. We're going for 11. Whoo-wee. We got some time. We have a lot of time. So US CAD looks pretty good for us right here. But we do have a little bit of resistance at this level right there. So got to be careful with what we do here. Going to need a pullback for sure once we get a break on that. The upcoming news is going to be difficult. I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. A lot of the time I like to avoid news, but if I get into a good trade, maybe. Free trade is still active. I didn't get into it though. It didn't enter yet. It's 3 pips. It was 3 pips of spread away from entry. Sure, let's take a look at some other assets. Look, we're about to get our close in about 1 minute and 10 seconds, and then I'm looking for trades. Hell yeah, baby. Let's go into gold. Gold's at a level of support right here, but it's been in a significant downtrend. This is a difficult one for us to trade up, but we'll see if there's an opportunity for us here. Let's go ahead and take a look at Dow Jones for Sensei Noyong. Sensei Noyong. All right, so here is what we're seeing so far today. Would probably want to see a pretty significant pullback down here. Not sure if you'd get it because our range is here right now, so the pullback would probably be to there. But, you know, it's close enough to our support. Maybe we'll be able to get a pullback and a buy here on US 30. Let's take a look at Nasdaq. Nasdaq, pretty similar, right? Pretty similar. Be looking to buy again. I do a lot of buying on this stream. I do some selling. I do a lot of buying. Maybe we get some sort of an entry here. Pull back to here. Shoot up. Might be a quick scalp for us there. Let's do Canadian Japanese yen. Now, again, guys, let me take a look at CAD-JPY. I'm going to pull this onto the screen right now to show you the pairs. And we can try and find CAD-JPY. Now, the spread on this is 1.4 pips, 1.3 pips. So I wouldn't trade CAD-JPY. I have no interest in trading anything over 1 pip. I am scalping. And so if I'm giving up 1.7 pips, there's no point. So I can look at CAD-JPY for you, but I don't recommend trading anything with a spread that high, okay? You know, be careful with your trading. Understand spreads. Don't be stupid. CAD-JPY right here. Got a reaction off of this level. Maybe you would be looking to sell. I think I'd be looking to sell CAD-JPY right now. I would want to have a break out the bottom. All right. I'd want to have price break out the bottom, close, and then I'd want to pull back to the beginning of our range right here. You can see getting some resistance at that level. Can put stops up here, and then trade that with the trend. This could be a TP1. Yeah, that's a decent option, and I would love to trade this myself, but the spread's bad. 1.5 pips, right? That's a bad spread. I want my spread always under 1 pip. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some other pairs for my lovely community. I want to take a look at Euro US dollar for Mohammed Agna. So, okay, so what are we doing right here? I think we're pulling a little liquidity below. This is a buy for me today. This is definitely a buy for me today, and we are breaking out. So this looks pretty good right here. We get the candle close. We get a pullback. Probably just pull back to the bottom of the range. Get a quick scalp. TP1 top of the range, something like that. This could be an opportunity for us on EURUSD. Whew. Had some price exhaustion. We are in the uptrend. Liquidity below the EMA gives us an opportunity here. Let me take a look at some more pairs for you, lovely people. Oh, look at my little hottie Sarah in the chat. Sarah Khalifa, shout out to Sarah Khalifa in the chat, as always. A real beauty. Beautiful Sarah, beautiful Sarah. Love when women are in the chat. Let's go ahead and take a look at UJ. I've been interested. UJ is at a support level right here. Now this is at a support, but holy crap, this is a strong downtrend that we're in. But look, we are seeing positive reactions, right? We're reacting. So I think I would try a UJ trade, although my last loss was on Japanese yen. A loss on the yen. And then, so here are my ranges. I'd be looking for a close out the top, and then I would look for price to basically trade off of my range here and then back up. We've already got the break and the retest of our trend line here, looking pretty good on UJ. Looks like we have some opportunities this morning, which is nice. Sometimes we don't. Let me take a look at, I think people wanted me to look at GBP USD as well. Don't really have anything too crazy here. I guess you could say that that is a decent level of support, right? Used as resistance right here, used as support right here, respected as support right here. This could be a scalp up. That's not bad. And that's trading with the trend. A lot of the time we trade against the trend. So that's possible. What is our range right now? It's a small range of only 7 pips. Let's see, top of the range. So let's pull GU up. I like that as well. Top of the range, bottom of the range. The only problem is Powell is going to be talking soon, and there's going to be some weird stuff happens at the news. But I think I might take a news trade this morning. Sometimes I get risky. Let's just adjust that camera. All right. You get a better angle of me, huh? All right, we're up to 1,139 people in here now. Am I going to trade gold today? Let's take a look at gold and see if we've got a good opportunity at gold. I don't know. I don't love gold lately. I've been winning all my gold trades in VIP. Right? You could see I had this gold trade in VIP yesterday. It was a banger. Look at that. Entry right there. Exit right there. You really can't do it much better than that. Not sure if I'll be trading gold on stream. I'm always looking. And Nasdaq, we have some opportunities here. I don't know. We're at the top of the range. I don't really want to sell it down. We have to get a close outside. We don't have a candle close out. We want to have a candle close out before we make any decisions on any of these pairs. UJ I'm tracking. You can see here, got our range on UJ. GU I'm tracking, got our range on GU right here. You can see top of the range, bottom of the range. Got to get a close on one of these. Looks like we're getting we had a close on EURUSD. How do we feel about starting today with a trade on Euro USD. Don't have the best entry confluences here. I guess you could say, hey, this is a little area of support right there. So that is not a terrible entry, right? You could see, use this area right here as resistance, okay? Use this area as support, use this area as support. Are we using this area as support again? Potentially here. Price has already come down below our EMA to clear out a little liquidity there before, you know, a potential shoot up. Now, what type of resistance do we have? Well, we have our clear resistance at the top. What other levels do we have to worry about? This is a potential level right here to worry about. This is a level right here potentially to worry about. So there are a lot of levels to worry about, but that doesn't matter too much as we are scalping. So looking for a little pullback on EU, I think. Let's see what Vipul, my lovely Vipul, thinks. Yes, I may look at your pairs soon. I'm wondering if I can get into a trade here for myself though as well, okay? That's a potential setup for me on EU. Where would I put my stop loss? I'm not sure where I would put that just yet. Pat's working away. Pat's working away, huh? Isn't he? Isn't he? Is this a level we have to worry about? That's an old level. Hopefully not. Okay. I'm thinking about a low entry here on EU. A quick pullback. And then probably TP1 at the top of the range somewhere. This is what I'm thinking about right now. I think this is my main setup at the moment. Start the day, go for 11 straight wins. Dreams, good to see you as always. Shout out to all the patties. People like to wait till about this time now to come in. Now, you'll see when I have a limit order, it'll show in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. There will be X's up when I have a limit order. I don't have a limit order just yet. But waiting for this pullback entry. Looks pretty good. Not an A+, but it looks pretty good. You can see we've had a lot of consolidation. We're kind of at the bottom of this consolidation, right? We've definitely pulled back significantly, right, through this consolidation area here. So we're definitely getting it at a good price, right? Let's Fibonacci this thing from this level here to the high, right? Look at that. So we are catching this thing almost at 100%. Anything below 50% is considered a discount. So we'd definitely be catching this thing at a discount. It doesn't mean that it's going to work, but it just gives us probabilities for trades, right? And you could see it is starting to come down a little bit right here. So just kind of watching this thing, seeing what we can get on EU. Don't have a limit order set, but definitely considering this. It's all right, Thrive. I'll watch all you. I appreciate you. Yeah, let me take a look at oil for one of my loyal viewers. Oil is consolidating significantly here. You can see our consolidation right there. Within that consolidation, we do have level of support. We do have level of resistance, okay? So what would you be looking at on this? You'd probably be looking for a candle break and close out the top, and then a pullback to the range low, or potentially even the support for an entry on oil. That would be a consideration on oil this morning. Let's go ahead and take a look at US CAD. Shout out to Lewis for letting me know that we got a close on US CAD. This was a setup that I was potentially interested in. This is a counter trend setup though. Let me take a look at my EU. This is more of an with the trend, right? Because you can see the blue line here that we're trading up. On US CAD, you could see the EMA is down. So the trend is down, but that doesn't mean that we can't still trade within this range here, right? That's why we set these range. The market range is about 80% of the time. So if you're always trying to catch a breakout, it's much harder, right? If you're trying to break out of these levels, it's much harder. Ideally, you want to wait for the break and retest if you're getting it. But like me, I can just trade within this range, especially when I'm scalping, and I can pick up quick wins, and then every once in a while, one of those wins will go up to TP2. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at EU. And I have a limit set at EU right now, so I'm potentially getting into a trade on EU this morning. This is what that trade is going to look like, okay? I have lots of support areas. Not sure what I'll do with my take profit or my stop loss just yet. We can crank them up like this. We can make them look nice and big. Whatever you want to do, however you want to look at the charts right here. Trying to get into a trade early today at about 10. You know, normally we don't get into trades this early. I know there is news coming as well, so we have to be careful. I recommend that you probably shouldn't take this trade. I probably shouldn't take this trade either, but I could at least say, hey, there's an excuse if I finally lose after my 10 in a row. But we're going for 11 today. Sure, we could take a look at EG for you, ABJ. EG for ABJ, that is confusing. Where the hell's my EG? There's my EG. EURUSD is my main because I have a limit. Major downtrend here on EG. Resistance. Support. So it is in a downtrend, but technically we are at support. So you could trade within this range today. It's very possible we'll trade within this range today. So I would want to have a pullback to about here, bottom of the range. That's probably where I would consider a trade. I would probably exit quick at the top of the range, TP1, then let it ride. That's what I would do. Let me take a look at Dow Jones quickly here. Dow Jones is coming down. We never got to close out the top. I would have wanted to close out the top on Dow Jones. I don't really feel like selling Dow Jones. You can see it's in an uptrend here. And, you know, as I trade more lately on stream, I am a bit of a buy trader. I know a lot of you have noticed that. I've been trading a lot of buys. I'm waiting for a buy right now on EU. We just need the price to come down about 8 pips from where it is currently. Getting a decent reaction, though, off of a really soft little level of support right there, which is not something I expected to see. Hopefully this one doesn't run away on me. I'm hoping to get into this trade. If I got into this trade where it's at, I might have already been at TP1. That's okay. This will flip down hopefully, and we'll get it going. Shout out to Tony. Shout out to Austin. Shout out to K-May. Let's go ahead and take a look at NZD USD. And everybody please keep an eye on this EU trade because I do have a limit order set up on it. Let's go ahead and take a look at NZD USD. It's coming down to a support level and an EMA level. This is a nice setup here. You know, we got a lot of options today. It's a decent looking today. We got our orb, right? We'd probably want a candle close out the top. Trend line. Get that trend line broke. Then a pull back to where? Where do we want our pull back to? Probably the bottom line. Probably there. Pull back to that level. Up. That could be a little setup. We need a breakout at the top. Let's go ahead over to my EU again. EU's taking off. What the hell? Come on, baby. Come back to me. Come back to me. Don't make me wait all day for you. Hey, add a level of resistance right now. Maybe we get pushed down after this level. Yeah, push down now. Come on. Come back to daddy. Don't want to miss this, you know. We had that liquidity. And then the shot up, right? So hopefully comes back down one more time, clears out a few more orders, and then takes us up to the top. That is what we're hoping for on EU this morning. Orb is 930 to 945. Do UTC -4 right there. Just throw this on. Just throw this indicator on. makes it easier for you. Time period 15 minutes, 9:30, 9:45, UTC -4. That is all you need. Woo! 1,300 people in here. Shout out to the patties. Strobe, 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 strobe. Gonna bring that strobe in today. Get excited. I have my limit set at 15821. Don't copy me because this is not financial advice, obviously. Let me go ahead and get my water, and then I'm going to take a look at your trades. This one on EU is a little bit frustrating here because I definitely had the direction. Ahmed, I already told you, it's on the screen. Look. Where is it? It's right there. That's it. 15818. That's where my limit is. Obviously, don't copy that. Don't copy anything that I'm doing on stream because this is not financial advice. I'm simply just trading. There are no promises or guarantees about any of this stuff. Can I decrease the music? All right, I could decrease the music a little bit, but can only get so much lower here. All right, I've decreased it a little bit. Is that okay? All right, just a little bit, just a little bit. Just because I love you. 100 I've hit. I can hit 100 on my own chat. Alrighty, EURUSD limit. Why do you keep asking that? I've already told you like 10 times. All right, music is fine, so too bad. Waiting for a pullback here to my entry on EU right now. Oh, Austin, baby. Austin, Austin, Austin. Are you looking to trade? Now music's too low. All right. There you go. Music should be fine now. John, if you go with entering on close, do you look for a buffer above before entering? What do you mean? Like, do I want to have like an explosive move out the top? Yeah, a little bit. I like it. It's nice to have a good candle out the top before it comes back. That tells us that like the direction's more secure, right? We are rejecting off of this level right here, so I'm hoping we can reject, come down to my level. What other pairs am I looking at here? Gold. I don't care about gold that much on chat. I'm sorry. I keep saying I'm a gold trader and then I don't. We have a break here on GU. Okay. So I'm waiting for a pullback on GU. It's a pretty simple setup here too, folks. Trading with the trend. Now this thing broke out pretty successfully. Potential long right at the bottom wick there. If I'm gonna do it, that's where I'll do it. But holy smokes, these are just cooking, aren't they? These are just cooking. That's okay. Same thing here. That's okay, I'm patient. I wait for my pullbacks. I'm a pullback trader. I want good prices. I don't jump in on nonsense. US CAD. EG looks risky. Yeah, EG does look risky. That is at the level though, isn't it? But that's just it's in a major downtrend. So that's where I would have got my entry, where it's at right now. Does it trade within the range? It could trade within the range. because it didn't have a significant break out the top, so it could just trade the range a little bit here. What else am I looking at? I've looked at gold. I didn't really have a lot of interest at gold. What do we need on gold? We need a close. We need a close. There's no close, okay, guys? You guys know the strategy by now. I'm focusing. I'm trying to get myself a trade this morning. AUDJPY. Do I plan on releasing merch? I never thought about releasing merch. I don't know. I'm not sure what the hell it would even be. CAD-JPY. That's no, I'm not touching CAD-JPY. Let's look at AUDJPY. AUDJPY is decent. I can look at that for you. I don't even have it though. Let's go ahead and take a look at AUDJPY. I've got a lot of pairs to look at right now. I'm trying to find a setup. We got a breakout here. Be waiting for a pullback to this level here. That would be it if we were going to sell this. In terms of support, well, I got an entry here. Oh no, I did not take this one, thankfully. Not sure what that is. So this would be a sell trade. Man, you could say there's some, what the hell am I doing right now? You could say that we have some support at this level right there where it's at. So you definitely want to pull back. And I would sell off somewhere like that. Well, that's not a sell, is it? I buy too much on stream. Something like this is probably what I would be interested in doing. Oh, TWP hats, maybe. But I like wearing my LA hat, my Yankees hat. I honestly, I think I'd feel corny wearing a hat with my own name on it. Let me go take a look at EU. Been waiting for a pullback here. I definitely got the direction right. Maybe I should have entered right here. Maybe I should have entered right there. Sheesh. Damn, that's a nice one. I felt pretty good about that one too. That's the piss off. No, it did not. Ron, free trade never even opened. Check the spread. Oh man. Yeah, look at them, and it's just going right the way I expected, right, with the range. It's too bad I didn't get into either one of these. Yeah, ship sailed on a couple of those, but I'll be looking for more trades. Looking to go 11 in a row. US CAD, we are coming down low. These are some big candles with some FVGs on them. The thing is, it's like, wouldn't we rather just sell this today? You know, I was thinking about buying this. Wouldn't we rather sell it? Can we get a close out? You know, maybe we just get a close out the bottom. Maybe we forget about this. We just get to close out the bottom. I don't know. Either way, you know, if we stay within, we could buy or sell. That's the beauty of the strategy. But if we get the break out the bottom here, we could come back to this level of supply here and trade this thing down, which seems like may be the move here, because you could see we've got some insane candles. We've got some major fair value gaps coming in here. So price is likely going to come back, fill those areas, get in here and trade it down. And we might even be able to catch the EMA at some point for the extra confluence. Yeah, it might be ignoring this one and then selling this thing down when we retrace back. We just closed outside like that. It's not a great close, but look at this. See, this is why I'm not buying this right now. This might be a sell. Also, I was looking at NZD USD, so let's do a potential. We have a potential move here, a sell. Something like this. Trade with the trend a little bit right now. News has started, so there's going to be some weird stuff happening. No, CAD-JPY did not hit the SL. I don't know how many times I have to tell you. It was 3 pips from entry. Maybe your broker spread got you in, is what it is. But it was 3 pips from entry, so that's it. Not going to talk about that all day. Ron says, yes, didn't trigger. Suck it. Yeah, so we had to close out. Maybe waiting for a pullback here. I got a coffee going. I'm gonna get some energy. I got a coffee. My coffee's not warm enough yet. Not warm enough yet. Illumo. All right, I brushed my teeth and then I'm having another coffee. How about that? Bitcoin. Yeah, I gotta check Bitcoin just for myself. At about 105 right now. And some consolidation, don't we? Support. Kind of at the resistance, you know. Recent resistance. And that's probably my range. And it's that quick, you know, when you watch me trade, it's really that quick. So what would I be looking for? I'd be looking for price to break and close above the range. But we're in the uptrend on our 5-minute time frame here. Wait for a pullback to EMA maybe. So it would require a lot of work there for that to happen, but possible. Let's take a look at gold. People love gold. Gold is reacting off of the support. You can see my support level's drawn and it's holding. Good support level. That's why I'm the man. Top of range, bottom range. Candle close at the top of the range. Retrace back down to that support. Enter, maybe. Trying to trade with the trend a little bit so I could get TP2 though. See, this one I was trading with the trend. Just never pulled back for me. I hope one of you were just decided, hey, Pat's been so good with his direction that you got into it, but is what it is. I like 3 or 4 confluences for an A+. And it's just like but the A+, you also have to have gut. You've got to get gut. You have to feel it. Okay, here is our AJ position right now. You can see, let's take a look at Australian dollar. This is Australian dollar, US dollar. What do we have? We have this area has been used as support, right? We're at our support level right here. We've broken out though. We need to pull back to our level of demand now. A strong level of demand off of this candle right there. So we would need to pull back to that level. Not sure we're going to get it. Also have some fair value gap entries. Maybe it was this FVG entry or something like that. Bing, bing. At that same level, confluence. That is a decent setup right there. Oh, thank you so much, Speak Your Mind. I hope you keep speaking your mind if you're talking like that about me. Really waiting for some pullbacks today. Look at this one. We could get it right at the EMA. How about that? All right, EMA extra confluence. Noise. Got to get a pullback there. NU and AU both look similar. What the hell? Who's drawn on this chart like a weirdo? Very similar setup here. Have had a lot of success with NU. Let's take a look at GJ. I trade basically here in the morning. I trade before the stream for my VIP trading room, and then I trade during the stream. I'm doing a lot of stuff. I'm doing a lot of stuff. What were we talking about? EU? Let's go ahead and look at EU now. A lot of these are running away on me, you know, which is really frustrating. It's like, I should really just look at this, pissing me off. I could just trade the range breakout right there, and I would have been flying this morning. Sometimes it's like, do I stop doing the pullback? But I win so many damn trades sticking to my system that it's, you know, you can't. As soon as you start going, oh, I'll try this, I'll try that, you're going to lose. Yeah, EU's probably not going to come back. It is trading within that range, right? I set my range as well. You can see, look, set the range at the top, set the range at the bottom, price trade within the range. I'm a range trader, man. You know, I'm definitely a range trader. I want to see the range and I want to trade within the range. Let's go ahead and take a look at AUDJPY for Sensei. We've closed out the bottom here, but we didn't have a close out the top. So what I needed was a close out the top and then a retrace and then an entry. I did not get the close out the top, so I have no entry on AUDJPY. Let's take a look at Nasdaq. Need a close out the top on Nasdaq. Need a retrace and an entry. Okay, same thing on a lot of these. What about gold? Yeah, gold we want. The thing is, gold's in a bit of a downtrend right here. I'm trying to trade with the trend today. I feel like trading with the trend today a little bit. Let's take a look at GJ and EJ. Do I even have GJ? Where the hell are all my pairs? I have an EJ. Oh, there it is. There's, yeah. I don't know. Could potentially sell it down. I think US CAD was one I was interested in. You can see US CAD's going down. Waiting for that pullback still. So that's tough. Trying to get something close here. 20 pips. May not get that one either. What else was I looking at? UJ. GU. US CAD. Gotta find a trade. I was so close to a trade already early, and now everything's taken off. One of those days where you're just entering off that first candle close, it seems. EG. EG I could have already taken. Look at that. Right there. Could have entered on that. It's not the best setup, but yeah, that could have been a setup. Damn. Where is it? Oh, this is a major downtrend though. That's why I didn't take that. See that? Down, down, down. Maybe sell off of this level. AJ looks good. All right, let's take a look at AJ. Oh, I think I have it open here. Yeah, I was talking about selling this down. All right, let's do AJ. It's my spread's all right. It's about half a pip right now. See, let me show you my spread right there on AJ. About 6, 7, 6, 5, 4. Jumping a bit, but that one looks all right. If we could get a pullback. Oh gosh. Oil potentially. Might also get a break on gold. Reacting at support. This AJ one looks all right though. Now we were trading above that level for a while, which is a little concerning. You see how much price we've had above here? We've had a lot of price above here. We've had very little price within this new range that's been created. So not the best setup based on that information, right? Based on that info, right? Because there's been so much price in here, it's very possible price comes back to in here. I'm gonna close my Euro US dollar limit. I'm thinking about taking this one though, selling AJ down a little bit. My spread's still all right. And this could be a trade within our range as well, right? Pull this up a little bit more. Haven't had a sell trade in a while. Thinking about getting in here with AJ. The blue rectangles, that's just like support and resistance levels. So you could see used here as support, used here as support. Now using that as resistance, right? And then here, it's just kind of a level of support. So those are things I'm gonna watch for. All right, 94240. Okay, I think I actually have my entry a little lower than this. Okay, I'm something like this right now. Close to getting entry on this one. Let's take a look at my spread here. So here we are with my spread is about 5 pips, so pretty close, or sorry, about 5 points. So pretty close to getting entry on this position. Doing a little trading within the range today. Hopefully we can trade like this, and this will get us at least a TP1 here and keep that streak at 11. Okay, so this is what I'm watching right now on AJ. Now the last trade that I lost on this stream was a Japanese yen, so I'm a little bit nervous about this one, but hopefully we can keep this streak alive, baby. Sorry, I'm not looking at your pairs right now. I am trying to get into this trade, and I'm focused on this trade right now. You know, maybe in a few minutes, I'll look at your trade after I hit TP1 here. But this is my focus right now. Gotta understand that I am trading my personal live trading account with about 300 in it. So this is a 22 lot size trade, and I have to focus on that right now. I'll get back to the chat in a bit. Hey, you're welcome to ask me any questions and talk right now, but I am not looking, oh, I look young. Okay, well, if you tell me I look young, I'll do whatever you want. Mixed beat, I'm not looking at your charts right now. I'm looking at my chart at the moment. I may look at some charts a little bit in a bit, but I want to focus on this trade right now because I'm very close to entry. And yeah, we're going to see how that goes. I don't use the VWAP very much. I was asked that earlier, and I was saying I could potentially use the VWAP in the future. I'm just focused on the EMA right now because I'm having so much success in current market conditions with my current strategy. But if I were ever to start losing some trades, then maybe I'll take a look at the VWAP, switch up my confluences a little bit to be smart. Yes, Aliza, I have a video that will be coming out in a couple of days with the full strategy. And then I will be having another video after that video that just covers all of the indicators. So we're looking pretty close to getting into this trade right now, just hoping to wick into my area. You could see we wicked off of this area aggressively earlier, so there could be some sellers at this spot. Let's see when we trigger into this trade exactly what kind of a reaction we could get on Japanese yen. I'm going to create a Discord server soon. Obviously, we have the Telegram group. The Telegram is in the video description if you want to join that. That is the free room. We're into a next candle here now. See if we could get a reaction here. Didn't trigger in yet. Hoping to get a trigger in soon. Hopefully we don't get a reaction to the midline here. I'd like a little bit more of a pullback before we can enter this trading position ourselves. Getting close, but staying patient, you know, always staying patient. No, I think Discord's a good platform. I use it to talk to friends. So I'm coming up with a robot that does this strategy that's going to make our lives a bit easier. And when that robot comes out, I'm going to have a Discord. All right, I'm getting ready here. We are getting close to entry right now. We are getting close. Oof. we're getting close here. Just give me a couple more inches and then I'm going to be into this trade. And then I'm going for 11 straight. Come on, no. Up, 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 up. Up, up, up. For a second, up and then down. Up and then down. Yeah, EURUSD went to the moon. I had that direction right, didn't I? 2 inches is definitely enough, Austin. That's all I need for you, baby. I'm going short here. The green box at the bottom means I'm going short. Didn't trigger in, very close to triggering in. Getting a reaction already to where I was going to enter. So there's definitely some sellers here. There are some sellers at my spot. I just got to get into the trade and then we could let these sellers take over. So let's just give me another inch here. Let's get into this thing. Haven't had a sell on stream in a while. Yeah, Austin, shout out to you. Shout out to the 4 inches together. All right, we're close now. The robots take a lot of my time and effort. That will be paid. I'll have like a Discord community for it where we can all just kind of explain how we're using it and the successes and the failures we're having with it. So it's kind of like a community project. Nah, dreams. It's definitely a we. This is our streak. Anything that happens on stream is part of the community, part of the patties. This is Australian dollar, Japanese yen. Having trouble triggering in. Coming very, very close to my entry. Please don't leave on me. Please don't leave on me. God, if this thing goes to the bottom of the range, I'm going to be pissed. Not financial advice. All right, come on. I know there's sellers there. I know there's buyers here too, okay? Let's just get me into this trade and then get me out of this trade with a TP1. Please, yeah, testing our patience. But the patties are patient. The patties are patient traders. The people that lose are the people that aren't patient. The people that go, that's it, I want to be in this trade, you know. Especially like when I've already missed entry on like 3 or 4 that went in my direction this morning. Not financial advice. Don't copy any of my trades. Much love. Been on stream for about an hour waiting for our first trade entry, and we are just inches from that entry right now. Hoping to get another win for Fresh Mag, for Chepo Misa, for Dan Adrian Sale. Hoping to win for you guys today. Keeps hitting the trend line. Yeah, it's respecting that trend line, isn't it? Yeah, that's about the best you could do on that trend line. Shouldn't be that strong, though. But that would be nice, because if we could wick up. Let's pull this over. I'm close here. I can't seem to trigger in. It looks like I've picked a good spot, though. You can see I keep getting good reactions off of that spot. You know, if I get a reaction like that off of that spot when I'm into the trade, I could be TP1 quick. I haven't set a TP1 yet. Generally, I will set my take profit 1 live. On a trade like this, I'd probably be looking at the bottom of my range for TP1, or maybe here, just some sort of, often I'll just target a dollar amount as well. My spread on this one, where the hell, I don't know, I lost my spread. I had it open, I lost it. There it is. Spread's about half a pip right now on this one, so that's what it looks like. I pull that up here onto this other screen for myself to take a look at. Why not the middle of the range for the entry? I just feel like this is a better entry. It's at my resistance level. You can see price is tapping that resistance level and respecting it right now. Richard, if you're in early, just make sure to get, you know, get that partial early so that you could get yourself in a win. You're my long lost son with the last name Gopichand. I don't know about that, but I do love you. Yeah, Mixed Beat and Royal Ayush. Feel free to do whatever you want. If you want to trade gold, trade gold. You could see right now I am a couple pips away from entering this trade, so that's what we're focused on right now. I don't know. I win a lot of gold trades, but I'm generally not on stream much. Much love to you, Casper. Hope everyone is safe over there. I was happy to hear about the ceasefire. Hope everybody in your family is doing well. Much love to everyone in Iran. I have employees from Iran, and they're great people, so, you know. Just forget about governments. People are what matter, okay? That's what I try to tell people. Who cares about the government? Think about the people. The government are making decisions that the people generally don't want anyways, right? So I don't blame Americans the same way I don't blame Iranians. I don't blame anybody. I am from Canada. Oh, Intuition, you're a sweetheart. I love you. Yeah, shout out to Ahmed. You know, this is a good thing. Kakashi, don't blame anybody. That's lame. This is a room of love, right? We're all traders in here, and right, we're not representatives of our governments, right? The government makes a bunch of foreign policy decisions that has nothing to do with us. Oh, come on, let me into this trade already. If this thing shoots down, I'm gonna lose it, man. Come on. I know this is a good entry, man. I feel good about this entry. Look at this thing wicking off. It's just clearly rejecting this level. You can't spell trade with Pat without patience. P-A-T for patience. Oh, I will definitely stream in the new mansion. I'm gonna have cameras all over the damn mansion. I'm gonna see if I can get like different camera angles of like the mansion and the pool and stuff, because I'm gonna have a system. I'm gonna have like a camera system for security. I'm gonna try and like put that in the stream and stuff. It's gonna be sick. I don't look like the Canadians from South Park, but I do love me some South Park. I stream 9:30 a.m. Eastern, Monday to Wednesday. So today is the second stream of the week. And then we're gonna have another stream tomorrow. And then usually Thursday, I work on some videos, focus on my trading robots, that sort of thing. You guys think I'm gonna get in this trade or not? Tell me. No, that's not very smart, Maxi, but we'll see. I don't trade the Indian market, no. Woof. The chat is flying right now. I can't even keep up with you guys. I love you guys. Oh, I never just enter. I always wait for the pullback. You know that, Victoria. I never chase, baby. I always wait. I'm a patient little boy. I'm a patient little boy. This trade is over. Let's look at another pair. Well, some people are in it. This thing's far from over, but let's go ahead and take a look at EG. Trading between our ranges right now. But I don't see what the setup would be. It would have to come down quite a bit. Oh, that's, you know, that's only 7 pips here. This is a tight range. I prefer selling because we're in a downtrend, you can see. I prefer selling. I'm trying to trade with the trend today. Let's pull EG up and take a look and see. What was our main one? Is it AJ was our main one, I think, here? Yeah. Hey, look, we're close on AJ still. Let's not give up on AJ. We have EG. Let's take a look at gold because people's always losing their mind. Pat, trade gold. I want some more gold. Pat, gold. I love gold. All right, let's take a look at gold. We have had no break on gold. We need the break, folks. We need the break. We need the break out the top. Okay? No break. Sorry, Austin, but there's nothing here. This is why I haven't checked it, right? We need a break out the top or we need a break out the bottom. Price is in the middle, so we don't have that yet. That is an important part of my trading strategy. Let's take a look at US 30. We have now had a break out the bottom of US 30, but I'm not looking to sell US 30. I'd be looking to buy US 30. So really I wanted to have a break out the top, which I didn't get. Nasdaq. Close to getting a break out the top. If I get a break out the top and we pull back, I'll enter a trade. AJ. What a dead pair. Bunk. Bunk. Give me a better pair. We've traded out the top. We've traded out the bottom. We're at support here. Right? This is support. That's resistance. So that's a problem. I'd want to sell, but I'm not going to sell from there. So no EG. What about AU? Gone. NU, gone. UCAD, gone. GU, gone. UJ, gone. EU, gone. Damn it. EG, maybe. But again, downtrend. Don't love it. B setup. AJ, still a chance. We're still close here, man. That could easily trigger me in. I'm so close. I'm so close. And US oil. Broke out the bottom. Problem is our resistance all the way up here. This is the problem. So ideally you had your range up here, break out the bottom, pull back, go. On oil, that would be all right. But right now, our range is here. So even if we're selling from the middle of the range, which I'm not obsessed with doing. You do have little level though. There's a little bit of a support turn resistance there. So that's not a terrible entry to sell from, but it's also not the best. Whew. Talking. Let's go ahead to AJ. Been waiting to get in on this AJ trade. Is it time? Are we finally going to get into this AJ trade? I guess we're about to see. Oh, how's everybody doing? What do you mean? I love Bitcoin P-Clips. Big Bitcoin fan. Been a Bitcoin fan for a long time. Very close to my entry again on AJ. I'm at that same spot that I keep rejecting from though, don't I? which is a good sign, because then if we could tick in, we may reject off that level again, hopefully. Need a patty wheel, yeah, need a win, and then we'll get that patty wheel. Okay, I am into the trade on that big candle. Let's see if we can go for 11 straight wins. Okay, let's reject now, baby. Let's reject now. Let's reject now. Okay, good rejection off my level. Gonna be looking for this one to go to about 1,000. You'll be looking in the profits somewhere around 1,000 on this. I'll probably take a partial. Don't want to get ahead of myself, obviously, here. But look, we do have a little bit of an FVG to fill right here. Tiny, tiny FVG right there. Tiny FVG. Let's see. FVG. Okay. Maybe price can suck to that FVG right now at about 250. Getting a reaction off of that level. What type of resistance do we have here? I think we have kind of a minor resistance right here. So that's a level we're going to want to see broken, hopefully. See if price can come to that level. Getting a good reaction, though, on that sniper entry. Hopefully push a little bit more bearish here. Get close to that minor resistance by the end of this candle in about 2.5 minutes. Watching the chart, trying to see what kind of reaction we get off of that level. Hopefully we can trade within our range. This is our range right here. Scalping within this range to get ourselves our TP1. Now that's a nice looking move right there to 440. Come on, baby. Let's see if we can get a nice push. Let's get some more sellers in. Everybody make sure that you have liked the video here. Smash that like button for me if you appreciate what I'm doing here on stream 3 times a week. Maybe give yourselves a round of applause. There we go. Give yourselves a round of applause for showing up today. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for smashing that like button. I appreciate that so much. And that's going to help the price go down when we hit that like button. Let's get back to 440. Let's get back to 440. Let's see if we can break through that minor resistance level right there. Whoo, baby, come on now. Let's get cooking. Haven't had a sell win on stream in a long time. We've been just buying and buying and buying. So today I want to sell and sell and sell and see what we can do. Just using as many confluences as I possibly can. I actually did a video on how to do these sniper entries and I never released it. I'm going to have to redo that video. I think it was a bit too much for the YouTube platform. You know, we're trying to make sure that the videos are, you know, less about money now. But let's see what kind of a reaction we get here. Definitely have both buyers and sellers here, but hopefully the sellers can push this thing down, get past that minor resistance, get to about 1,000 and profit where I can take some sort of a partial. I'll be with you for a long time watching this trade. This trade I think is going to go for a while, I'm hoping. So let's see if we could get through that minor resistance. We had our entry, we had our first candle go bearish. Hopefully we could get another candle go bearish right now and break through that minor resistance level that I have set. That's what I'm hoping to see right now. And you know what else I'm hoping to see? I'm hoping to see the patties in the chat having a good time, baby. The orb is not valid for the whole day, no. I'm using the orb for about a couple of hours. Okay, break through that minor resistance. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. That's 600. That's 700. Woo! All right, we got to start thinking about a TP1 maybe. Let's start adjusting the trade. Well, a little bit more than that. I think I want a little bit more than that. Now, it did react off that FVG, but I want a little bit more than that right now. Just adjusting the trade here a little bit for our TP1. Could have exited there, didn't exit there, got a reaction off FVG. I want to break through the FVG. I want to come down to the bottom of my range for TP1. At about 700 right now. I was thinking about a break even, not going to set a break even. I'll be adjusting my TPs and stop losses throughout the position as I always do. Just kind of helps me visualize things. Just focused on the trade right now, and then I'm going to take a look at chat in a second, but that was close. That was close to 11 straight right there. Let's get some bearish pressure here. I want to see some bears in the chat. Do we have bear emojis in the chat right now? Come on, baby, push. Let's break that FVG. Break that FVG. Don't react to it. Break it. That's a weak FVG. Break through it. Let's bring some sellers in. Yeah, bears in the chat. Love to see the bears in the chat. I'm TP1 at 94.157 right now. Hoping for a big juicy candle to come down. That'll take me to about 1K. I may pull that actually just a little bit. Like here below the FVG. Let's see. This level right there. That should be about 1K. Well, we're actually about 900 right now. So that may be about 1200. So I'm close. Okay, that's it. Take partial right there. Right there, we're at partial. Taking that's about 600 off the table. Woo! We're 11 straight, baby. He did it again. Damn, I'm a good scalper. Let's go. All right, let's pull TP2 now. And let's pull to break even now. All right. Okay, TP1 hit. Hell yeah, we will be spinning the wheel shortly. Let me just watch this trade a little bit more because I'm excited right now. Trying to figure out where to TP2 at. We are break even on this one. So I think we can kind of go for a pretty strong TP2 here. Now, obviously, this is a level right here. This is our next level that I want to close beneath. So that is our resistance right there. That is the next area we want to see the price close beneath. If we could get beneath that level, I'm really going to be watching this thing. Thanks everybody for showing up today. I'm going to go into the Wheel of Pat and see if we have... Oh man, I can just hold on. This candle's still going. So this candle is still going. I got to keep watching this trade right now. Let's go too. I got to adjust my win streak here. So that brings us to on-stream record of 23-4. The streak is now 11 wins, and that is what you call a sniper entry. That right there is a sniper entry. We wicked in, we waited, we were patient, and then price pushed down, we hit TP1. Now, can we break through this next level of resistance? I don't know if we can. I'm hoping that we can. And today we're doing something a little bit different. We are trading with that trend, right? That's something we got to start doing a little bit more of so that we could get those TP2s, right? It's easy to freaking counter trend trade, hit a TP1. It's harder to get the TP2 that way. Well, look, reacting quite strongly off the bottom of our range right there, but that's okay. I pulled out over 600 on this position already. I think it's time to now get into the Wheel of Pat as the winning streak continues here. Alrighty, let's go to the winner's Wheel of Pat. If you are randomly chosen, you will be randomly chosen as a winner of free VIP 0. Jeez. Sorry, folks. The wheel of Pat is sometimes very, very harsh. Very, very, very harsh. My sincere apologies. But we did hit our TP1. So let's get that cash register going for TP1. And we're looking for TP2 here. So I think we're going to hit the wheel again. I think we're going to hit TP2. Look at that reaction we got on the fair value gap right here. Got a little reaction right there. That looks really nice. Let's zoom into this a little bit further here as we continue to watch this trade play out. Hopefully get to that TP2. Can we break through the next resistance level? All right, let me pull this off right here. We're just trying to break through that next resistance level and get a candle closure. If we could get a candle closure below here, I think we're really, really in good shape, and we could continue on with this downtrend that we're seeing right there. We're really pushing down here. Just got to see, can we break through that resistance? Will we break through that resistance? I don't know. But those are some big red candles that I caught, and I'm feeling pretty good about myself, and I'm feeling pretty good about all of the patties too. Yes, I am. I feel really good about all of y'all. 11 wins in a row. You know, there was a lot of people that thought I was just a YouTuber and I couldn't trade. That's what a lot of people thought, you know. There were birds chirping. But here I am, 16 years at this. 16 years I've been trading. 16, 1-6. That's older than most people in the chat. Okay, that's probably not true. But 16 years is true. How do I put the trade so quickly? I didn't put the trade quickly. It didn't take a long time. It was a limit order. That trade was sitting there for like 20 minutes. I was waiting for that trade for 20 minutes, maybe longer. We have 2 minutes to see a candle close beneath this level of resistance. If we could close beneath this resistance, I think we are in good shape. TP2, TP2, come to my TP2. Is there a little picture of like a watch or something? How do we know we're waiting? Yes, load. Is this loading? TP2 loading. Really bouncing between the fair value gap and the resistance level right now. We have about 1 minute left on this candle, and ideally we want to close beneath that level of resistance. Now, I could have closed the trade at that resistance level. That would have been an easy TP2, but we're hanging out a little bit here. I'm at about 650 in profit on this position, and about 650 open as well, so looking pretty good. Oh yes, sorry, that is support. Yeah, I've been trading so many buys that I just keep thinking resistance, 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 and this would have been a support as well here, so let's just delete that. Thank you for the clarification. Sometimes I sound like an idiot. All right, let's get that money off of the screen there. I think we've seen enough of that. You can see all of the pairs that I trade right here. And really the Forex should be primary because I really haven't traded the indices much at all. I'm always trading Forex, it seems, on stream, but historically I am a Forex trader. Now, we have reacted off of this support level right here. Hopefully we can get a close beneath that support level. That's what I'm really hoping for to get to my take profit too. Very, very nice morning. We have some USD pairs approaching right now. I'm going to take a look at some other charts. I'm going to watch this, but I'm going to look for some other setups as well. Whoo! Jeez, I'm yapping this morning, aren't I? I haven't shut up. So this one's coming down on NU. Still a ways to go. Still a ways to go. But you can see right here, about 10 pips to where I would consider an entry on NU. Potentially, let's pull that up. I was looking at GU as well. GU also now starting to pull back. That's 25 pips. That's probably not coming. NU might come. AU is probably not going to come. I'm going to come. Classic Trump. The big video is going to be coming out in the next few days. I'm hoping on Thursday. I'm hoping they give me an edit today. Hoping they give me some sort of an edit today. Really excited for that one too. All right, here's my AJ trade. Look, reacted off of that support. Coming back to break even. Don't do it to me, baby. Don't do it to me. You can see my levels are pretty good when I draw levels. If you like watching my trades, you'll see, oh, I draw FVG quickly, and then you could see it rejects off of this level. I draw support quickly. You can see it rejects off this level. You know, price action's important. Understanding levels is important. This gives you areas to enter trades, which is why, you know, I entered the trade right here and had that sniper entry. Let's go ahead and take a look at what I was looking at on this trade today. You know, some people could have been like, hey, look, Pat, it broke. You know, a little trend line break right there. But what I really liked is we were trading in the downtrend, right? So I was looking for sells. Price was below this EMA, right? That's why I'm looking for sells. I don't always do that, but I was hoping if I did that, that maybe I could catch the price go further, just stay on trend for a bit. Now, I had a level here of support, and then that level turned resistance. Okay, so that was a pretty good level. Waited for the break out the bottom of my orb right here, you could see, and then I waited for the pullback where to that level of support that switched now to resistance. So that was enough confluences for me to get into this trade. It was a sniper entry. I waited a long time, and you'll notice that if you're watching my streams that there is a level of patience that you're just not going to see with, you know, kind of newer traders. Yeah, we've got about an hour until noon, so it's possible that I'll place another trade. I'm hanging out. Why the hell not, huh? Let's take a look at EG for my friend. He's looking to buy at 85217. It's a decent setup, isn't it? All right, if we're trading within the range. Now, the only issue about that buy is we are getting a bit later into the session, but the candles do still seem pretty big. So that's only 7 pips away. Again, these are just big candles on EG. So definitely a possible setup. Let's take a look at this chart on a lower time frame. Right, you see what we get on the lower time frame is that we get a sharper entry. What does that mean? Well, let's just use Pat's demand zone setup. See that red candle before the big push up? That right there is a demand zone. Make that white there. Okay. Oops. So if you could get a pullback to this level on EG, that might be something right there. And it's actually pretty close. It's not even far. NZD CAD. NZD CAD, that would have a terrible spread. That's so exotic, right? There's no way I could trade NZD CAD. Who the hell's trading NZD CAD? All right, I'll look at it. You're going crazy. Yeah, NZD CAD. Been in an uptrend for a while here. That's a support level right there that it's in. Right? Quite the reaction off of that level there. Reaction here. Did come below though. And then use that area also as resistance here. So that's the level. So maybe the entry would be at the range high. Trade it back to the EMA. Maybe that would be a consideration on NZD CAD. That's a 3-minute time frame. On the 5-minute time frame, do have a demand zone entry as well here. See, we have the demand zone here on the 5-minute time frame, which happens to coincide with this, which would kind of be more at the bottom right here. So you could do the tip of that so that you're still in the support, targeting the FVG. That's a decent setup, but if I'm looking at the NZD CAD, let me take a look and see. 1.5, 1.3 pips. That's not a good spread for me. So no, it's not something I would take. Be very careful when you're scalping with spreads, everybody, okay? It's just a lesson that I want everybody to know. Still into this trade right here. Currently sitting at about 400, but I am looking for other opportunities. USD CAD. Adam says if we hit TP2, his girlfriend's going to take her underwear off. Now, is that something that everyone in the chat gets to see, or is that just for you? Just, I'm asking for the chat, obviously. Because, you know, obviously we're going to have to... That would be a different kind of clapping, eh? Eh? Hey, folks? Different kind of clapping? Eh? Yeah, what's she look like? That's important too. This is not going well though. Ever since we talked about this lady's underwear, the price is shooting up to break even. What a boner killer your girlfriend is. Photos are it never happened. Shout out to Lewis. You have a good spread on NZD CAD. Well, good intuition. You might be able to take a trade on that. That's not financial advice. Mansion is going really good, Elliot. Thanks for asking. I think I had some videos and stuff. I actually put them up the other day. Actually, just they're messaging me about the mansion right now, so I'm just gonna take a look at this. They always ask me things and I go, I don't know. LOL, what do you think? Oil at TP2. Did someone take an oil trade? Oil has quite the fair value gap here though, eh? That's a lot of FEG to fill, so that's a scary one. Where you enter. Not sure on that. How's my AJ doing? Alright. Is that girl gonna show us something special here, right? I think if we win this trade, someone's girlfriend was gonna flash us all. So we are waiting for that. That's the wheel of underwear. Hey now. Oh. Oh. My relationship status is none of your business. I cheat. Yeah, I'm talking about different oil, baby. Sorry to hear that, ABJ. You'll get him next time. Yeah, I'm in Canada right now. No, I don't speak French. Wheel of Panties. Spin the Wheel of Panties. We got to get a TP2. That FVG is being respected now, which I don't like, because I'm hoping to see some panties. That's awesome. I hope you have a great time in Toronto. You stop by the mansion. Yeah, just there's a little bit of slate right there. Oh, I can't show you the pop-ups on my phone. There we go. This is just something I was looking at. It's just kind of the back of the house right there. EURUSD broke. US CAD broke. What else am I looking at? Let's take a look at EURUSD. Not sure if this one's going to go. I don't know if we're going to see the Wheel of Panties. I want to see the Wheel of Panties. Where's that guy? His girlfriend's going to strip for us, I think. Strip for the chat. Strip for the chat. Nothing here. GU. Yeah. Vapul was saying we could enter here. Right? See, because it's a good level. Right? We set up the resistance level. We had a break and a retest. So, Vapul knows what's going on, doesn't he? Lee, it's not cheating if I do it on stream, right? I think that's the rule. I gotta pull it up on my Instagram live. Thanks, Lee. Appreciate that. EG, I could look at US 30. I could look at US 30. Yeah, US 30, I've been waiting to get a break. You know, US 30's been trading in the range. Pretty much could have entered down here at that EMA, but I would have wanted the close right here. If I had the close right there, I would have waited for that pullback. But I could have lost it because I could have entered here, right? And then it could have wicked me out. But I would have hung on to that trade. Have I looked at gold? Yeah, free Telegram channel. Link to that is in the description. If you're interested in the free Telegram channel, it is right here is the free Telegram channel. The link to this is in the video description. You could see, look, I tell you, hey, Pat's live. 2,800 people saw that message. More people should see that message. More people should like and share that stuff. Then obviously we have our FX VIP room. Got about close to 2,000 people in there right now. Had a good week last week, 2.27%. Gold room had a win for 1.8% yesterday on Monday already. Got about 1,200 people in there. So lots of people in the rooms. If you're interested in joining, just come to the Telegram bot. Link to that is in the description. You could click gold only, FX only. You could do FX and gold. I got to get back to that trade though. I want to see the Wheel of Panties, right? Ever since your girlfriend shared to get nude for the chat, we have just not gone our way. And you can see what's happening here is that price is trading in our range, right? We make this range, right? And then price trades in this range. And then I scalp within the range. And that goes very well for me. Do I want to re-enter? Do I want to try this trade again? I won it once. Do I want to trade the range again? Maybe. Do I want to keep trading this? Maybe. Yeah, it's a W pattern, so. Neckline. Could shoot up. But then I would, if I was to re-enter this position, I think I would re-enter higher is all. I would just wait for the price to come higher. Oh, another successful day on stream. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. What else was I talking about here? You see, I was talking about this earlier in the stream. Maybe you missed it. My free trade copier got updated. The download is not ready. I'll have the download hopefully available today. So in VIP in the free room, you could set the TP1 and the TP2, and you'll just have one trade. We went break even. Sorry. We didn't get to see that guy's girlfriend's panties, but shout out to the chat, you know, much love to the chat. Okay, so here's the trade copier. The download for this will be available later today. It'll be version 1.08, not 1.07. You can select the room if you're in the free room. You could select the gold, the Arabic, the VIP, right? Those are the 3 rooms. Select any of those 4 rooms. And then when you get a trade, it can automate that trade, right? And so it can automate that trade. This will be available in the free room. I'll put a link in the pinned message, hopefully in a few hours. I didn't get it yet, so hopefully in a few hours. If not, I'll have it up within the next couple of days, and then I'll have a full video on this in about a week and a half or so. So in the VIP room now, you'll be able to have one trade open, and you'll be able to have that trade take partial. So just one trade, and then you could take 40% of your profit at TP1. You could take 60% at TP2. You set that percentage, and you could also set it to auto break even at TP1. So as soon as it hits TP1, it goes to break even for you. This is what I do on the stream, so maybe you'll like that. And we also had an MT5 fix. So if you're using MT5 and it was acting weird and it wasn't trading, that is changed now. We also have the robot that I'm working on right now. I'm working on my TWP robot. This is using the orb strategy that I use in the stream every single day. So these are a bunch of the settings that we're going to have in that robot. Hopefully we can get this developed. I think I could probably get this developed in the next week or so. I've already been working on it a little bit. And then, yeah, and then we could have this robot set up, and then I'll have a Discord set up, and everyone can say, hey, I'm using it on oil, or hey, I'm using it on Euro US dollar, and we could all share our statistics and share our settings and really turn that into a community project. I hope that's what I'm interested in doing with that. We got knocked out at break even, and look, we're reacting off of my level again. Look at that. Could have entered at that same level again. How about that? All right. We went break even, didn't we? Break even triggered. Okay, no panties for you. The robot will work on Mac and everything else. Yep. Really excited to get that robot out, but obviously my main robot is Forex Fury. Forex Fury. Best robot on the market for 10 years. Now you can see on gold it is holding to that trend line, isn't it? We haven't had a break out the bottom or the top on gold, right? No break out the top, no break out the bottom. Oh, happy that Forex Fury is working for you, bossy. Leonardo, I recommend you focus on, thanks Jim, I recommend you focus on Forex pairs if you're using Forex Fury. It is called Forex Fury for a reason. It is focused on Forex. Oh shoot, did I just miss a break here? Could have got in. But I would want way more of a pullback here on Nasdaq. What's this arrow doing? All right. Nothing here really. Waiting for the break here. But look at that, we're at resistance here. And we would need a significant pullback there as well. AJ, we're done with, I think. We had our fun. Oh man, look at those candles I caught. Beautiful candles. What else do we got? Do we have anything on NU? Not really. EG, waited for a pullback there. Look at this, just trading my range, right? Set up the range perfectly. Are we coming back down? Maybe. It is a sell. It is definitely a sell. May take liquidity above this level, but maybe this wick was the liquidity already and it's already ready to push down. I'm not sure. What else do we have? EURUSD, that one took off, I think. Yeah. US CAD, we are waiting for a pullback on US CAD to what? To a level of supply. Right there, supply level. Another sniper entry. I have no limits open right now though. AUD CAD, I can take a look at AUD CAD. If there's anything you want me to take a look at, ask me right now. I am here for a little bit longer. AUD CAD is pretty nice. What do I like about AUD CAD? I think this is my level right here on AUD CAD, right at the top of the range. So that would be my entry on AUD CAD. I would be waiting for a pullback to this level, and I would be entering here on AUD CAD. My first take profit, yeah, probably somewhere around there. SL below the range and wick. Might be able to get that entry right on the EMA, which would be a nice entry right there on AUD CAD. That's something I would be interested in. Let's take a look at AUDJPY. Someone's asking for that one. AUDJPY, well, we did this already, right? This is a trade we took. We are reacting off of my level again, it seems, right? This was my level. Price shot down with huge red candles, hit my TP1. Reacted off of the support level right there, and then came back to break even as soon as that one guy was talking about his girlfriend showing us her panties. Let's go to US oil. Talking about some wet streaks on US oil. US oil break out the bottom. Came back to the midline. Some people may be entering at that midline right there. If I was going to enter at US oil, I think I would be waiting for a pullback a little bit higher, probably to the range high here. Stop loss just going to have to be above that fair value gap. Price may suck to it. And then TP, probably bottom of the range. So again, a range trade, right? Price comes up in the range, enters. Price comes to the bottom of the range, exit. That would be a decent setup for US oil that I would consider taking. I love you so much, Vault Kids dell'Italiano. Oh, Nasdaq. I think I looked at Nasdaq already. Nasdaq, we broke out the top. We are now at my resistance level. In order for me to have a trade on Nasdaq, it would be significantly lower. Be all the way down here. So that's probably not going to happen, but you can see that EMA. Little EMA confluence at the bottom of the range. So confluence, you know, we would have support off of these wicks. We would have demand off of this demand. We would have bottom of the range, and we would also have the EMA. So that's a lot of confluences. That's a pretty good setup. But is it going to come all the way down here? I'm not sure. I've been with Fintura for a while now. I think well over a year now. And I have withdrawn many, many times. If you're wondering where I trade with the Fintura brokerage. This is the website right here. The link to that broker is in the video description. If you're interested, you did ask, so I did tell you. Let's Let's go ahead and look at gold for Galino and Mohammed. I think gold has been a very simple setup here. I've been looking for a break, right guys? Everybody knows my strategy by now, I hope. I have the top of my range right here, set for the day. The bottom of my range set for the day right here. I need to have a close out the top or a close out of the bottom. Candle close, candle close. Then I need a retrace where I can enter a trade from. And ideally that retrace is where, right, kind of back into my range, right? If it retraces back into my range, then we could kind of trade within the range, scalp within the range, take profits and keep a win streak at 11. Maybe take our win streak to 12. Someone wants a sell on EG. Let's go ahead and take a look at an EG sell. Yes, I know it is a tempting trade because we have that EMA, we're in a downtrend, we're at a clear level of resistance, but this is one of those ones where it's like it's too obvious now and there's going to be a fake out, right? It just feels like there's going to be a fake out. And if there's a fake out, then maybe your entry would be off of the EMA up here, right? Because if it fakes out, it might fake out right to that EMA. So that would be something that I would be considering. Guys, you guys are wearing me out today. Joni, I've never really analyzed his strategy. I think it's just break and retest swing trading. It's fine, works fine. No problems with that. I don't think you can afford a Bugatti with that strategy, but hey, that's not for me to decide. That's maybe he can, maybe he can't. Talk a bit more about the spreads. Absolutely. Okay, so let me pull the spreads onto the screen right here, and I'll do a little bit of a spread explanation. So right now we're on EURUSD. So right here in your MetaTrader, just right click on this and you'll just go spread. See spread right here? You'll just click on that. See, spread's gone, spread's here, and we're looking at the EG, right? So right now it's about 1 pip, right? These are points, so if it's a 10, it's 1 pip. And so let's say we were selling from here, okay? And this is 7.8 pips on 7.8 pips at the top, 7.8 pips at the bottom. Where the hell did that go? There it is. Okay, and it's 10 right now. Okay, so that's 1 pip. Now I'm gonna say, so that means we're entering our trade at this line right here, okay? But it's actually 1 pip. So we would actually be entering our trade about here. So that's hurting our risk reward ratio because that's the spread, right? Between this area, right between these areas is the spread, right? That's what the broker is charging you to get into the trade, okay? So they're gonna put you into the trade here. Now when you're scalping, if you have, let's say, 20 pip spread, then it would be here. Or sorry, like a 2 pip spread, it would be here. You maybe have a 3 pip spread, it's here. 4, it's here. Now you're getting close to losing the trade, and you just started the trade. And so now you have to go from here all the way to here to get your take profit. So you make sure that you're trading with tight spreads, whether you're trading or whether you have a robot trading. What do you mean no voice? I think everyone can hear me. I've been talking for the last frickin' 2 hours. I hope people can hear me. Take a look at Bitcoin. The copy trader, yes, copy trader is coming soon. Bitcoin, this was my setup here. Looks like it reacted, exploded. It's at another level of resistance right here. Are you a break and retest trader? Then you wait for price to break, retest, go. Nothing wrong with that. We do a lot of that trading too. That's one of the concepts that I use in a lot of my trades. Look at this AJ trade. We are now exploding out the top. It's a good thing I didn't enter again. I said if I was going to re-enter, maybe I would re-enter at the EMA itself. All right, maybe EMA comes down, maybe price taps into that area, maybe that's an entry. Any other pairs anyone want me to look at? GBP, NZD. GBP, NZD. Yeah, this would have been a pretty nice buy today. This would have been a really nice buy today. Like, we already missed it. Look, we had the close out the top. And then I would have bought down here. Now, it would have went against me a bit. That would have went against me. That would have been a close call. And I would have traded to the back, to the top of the range. I definitely would have caught this one. This definitely would have been a win. You see, we had the EMA, right? So we broke above it, retested the EMA. You could have entered right at that EMA. I would have considered that entry as well. But generally, I'll enter at the bottom of the range. Look, level of demand right there. Not bad. That could have been a setup. Probably missed this one now, though. EURUSD. Break and retest. Back to EG. You know, I was thinking about buying. Now I was thinking maybe if it came up to here, I would sell. All right. I got some stuff to do. I got some lunch to eat. So I think we had a great stream today. We've kept the streak alive. We're now 23-4 on stream. We have 11 wins. You know, the crazy thing is when I started the stream, I had 1 win, 2 losses. So since then, since like the first week or something, I am 22-2, which is unbelievable. This is not typical for trading. Trading is very difficult. I'm just on a hot streak right now. I will be back tomorrow for the last stream of the week at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Make sure that you check the links in the description. Make sure that you join the VIP trading room if you're interested in it. Obviously, give me a follow on Instagram. I'm at 59.3. Let's refresh it. Am I at 59.4? No, I am not. I've only had 10 people follow me during the stream. Let's get those follows up to 100. There's 1,000 people in here. Let's get this up to 59.4. Let's get it up to 60,000 before the end of the month. Got a lovely video with my beautiful baby girl right here. She comes on stream all the time. So make sure you're following me on Instagram for stuff like this. I'm actually going to post a reel on Instagram right now. I have a reel from yesterday's win that I'm going to put on Instagram. If you missed that win, you're going to want to watch that. So make sure you're following me on Instagram. Make sure that you're following me on Twitter. You can see here I was chatting with this fella. And there we go, going for 11 wins. And guess what? We got 11 wins. So I'll be bragging about that 11 wins in a row very soon. And so make sure you're following me on Twitter. Make sure you're following me on Instagram. Join my free trading room. I'll be giving out the free copy trader. I'll be updating this soon everywhere. I'll have a full video on that. The next video is going to be coming out probably on Thursday. Okay, so that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Eastern for the last